Hi there, guys. Welcome back to another video. This one's, as with the couple recently, this one's going to be a little bit different in that this is about, this one I want to show you some stuff I saw on vacation. And I've actually been back for about a week and a half now, and I know I missed my self-imposed, weekly upload, but sometimes real life happens. So what I'm going to show you today is a little bit of some of the drives and some of the cool stuff we saw, but more so, to be honest with you, the trucks. Just some really sweet trucks out west. Some cool axle combinations out there. Just some cool old trucks, and the fact that it's a drier climate. Man, stuff just doesn't rust, and that's really cool. Coming from Michigan, we get a lot of moisture, relatively a lot of moisture, and we got a lot of salt on the roads and a lot of just stuff that makes vehicles rust. So anyway, without further ado, I'll do a little voiceover, but here's some cool stuff that we saw out in primarily South Dakota and Wyoming. So this is coming in I-90 in the western side of South Dakota, coming into Rapid City, kind of just north of the Badlands. And it looked cooler in person than it does, to be honest with you, like this. But still, watching it now makes me really miss being out there. I love mountains, period. So we're off the highway coming into the Black Hills now. And again, it doesn't look, the grades don't look like they do. As always on camera, they don't look like they do in person. But, these are only like up to just shy of 8,000 foot peaks in the Black Hills. So nothing crazy, but still some good size mountains. And here we are coming into the campground right next to Crazy Horse Memorial. And this is kind of just one of the drives in the Black Hills. A lot of cool drives and tunnels, as you can see. That was not the narrow one. The narrow one was about 8'4". My truck being 8 foot, so it was a squeeze, but we made it. But obviously, there's a lot of cool driving to be done. Lots of cool bridges and tunnels and mountain views and views around Mount Rushmore and wildlife, which you'll see coming up here. But just a lot of just beautiful country out in the Black Hills area. A lot of people too, which is kind of the bummer. Not like Yellowstone level of people, but a lot of people nonetheless, which, for a lot of folks, that's no big deal. It's not really my style, to be honest, but you can still get away in an environment like this, so it was cool. But regardless, a lot of just beautiful windshield time and hiking time. This was a little shot of a little wildlife drive we took, and we caught, I would say, at least a quarter, if not a third to a half of the buffalo herd that's in and around Custer State Park in the Black Hills. So, these guys they're 20 feet outside I'm not zoomed. This is just regular video I took of buffalo that were right outside the truck. Of course, you had some idiots who were getting out and, crouching down and trying to get film. Really just asking to get gored. But we refrained from that. Obviously, we stayed in the truck. But just beautiful animals, beautiful thing to see. Good for the kids to see that, because living in the Midwest, you don't really see buffalo a whole lot. So pretty neat to be able to go for a drive in the evening and go out and see a 300-400 strong herd. Now, this is the Bighorn Mountains. We love the Bighorns. Now you're talking about 11,000 foot peaks. This is on par with the Rockies. Kind of technically in the Rockies, but not. A little bit of a standalone range. But, man, I love Wyoming, and I love the Bighorns. Just friggin' gorgeous. Just the true West. Dude, look at these. What do you think's in it? Oh, 3406.
Dad, are you even allowed to do this?
Yeah. Truck's actually really clean. See that truck? Look, that's just like Daddy's, kinda.
Dad, there's a shark.
There's no shark.
Yeah, there is. I see it.
Look at that International R Series.
Okay, we can keep walking now.
Looks like N14. Oh yeah. N14 350 horse. Sweet. Oh, yeah. A nice little 10-speed in her. Well, this looks familiar. I like this truck. It's L9000, bro.
What is they doing?
Looks like they're just doing a little work. They use this one to haul the excavator in. Got this International R190. Smells like old truck. That'll be a gas engine in this old girl. Oh yeah. Well, V8 actually, surprisingly. I'd expect this to be a 6-cylinder.
It's all rusty.
Oh yeah, that's a big block. It's an old truck. Those little tiny mirrors.
Oh, they're small.
So yeah, those all belong to the owner of the campground, and he uses them just for hauling gravel and doing stuff around around the place. Pretty sweet, 3 sweet rigs. The Western Star, the L9000, and that R190. All running and driving trucks. He told me some cool stories about the R190, about hauling about 1,000 loads of gravel up the hill from Custer. And that one, actually, I take that back. The Western Star he doesn't own. He is leasing that one right now. But yeah. He did some trucking back in his day. Used this car hauler, hauled both cars, and then hauled mobile homes with that L9000. So this stuff's just sitting out back now, kind of out in pasture. This is a little homestead back in the back of the property. It had some trails going to it. An old not thresher, but basically a hay mower. Standalone hay mower sitting out back there, just sitting in the weeds. Looks like it probably wasn't used too long ago. This is just a beautiful view. That's the old homestead, the old log cabin, and trails that run next to it, and Crazy Horse memorials in the background. Some more of Gary's toys. Had a Lodestar sitting there that he uses, and graders and tractors and skid steers and you name it. Guy's got a little bit of everything. Old fire truck, old Mac. Yeah, just a cool guy, to be honest. So while we were in town in Custer, we stayed outside of it. They had a fair going on, or a festival. So you know how the carny trucks are. Look at this step deck. I might do some really bad things to get my hands on that step deck with those nice tall ramps. Little FLD 112 pulling it, and there's another Freightliner International in the background there. But that's a nice setup there. I'd take that. Another corn binder there, and a couple corn binders, to be honest with you. But you know how those trucks are. They're always pretty awesome. So here's the start of just some of the trucks along the side of the road. Obviously, got to start with the Lodestar. The old butterfly hood style. Gorgeous truck out, and this is South Dakota still. And the same property, we got a Brigadier. I love those slope hood Brigadiers. Just always like the look of those. Could be an L10 in that truck, to be honest with you, or a Detroit. Another Brigadier, tall hood Brigadier, and International Transtar 4300 or whatever those were. This is right around the corner. Basically, I think the same property owner probably, but another Lodestar with a fifth wheel, single axle, fifth wheel. Wouldn't want to pull a trailer with that. Old gas engine. Let's talk about slow. Just some rigs parked out back. FLD, a 379, and a little 336 or 335, whatever those baby Pete's are. So this is right outside our campground, not on the same property, adjacent property, but you can see Crazy Horse Memorial in the background, and this is some equipment that has built it over the years. Back in town, and as some more carny trucks showed up, this was kind of a cool day cab, International cab over. Just a neat truck, almost probably a former movie truck. This was a camper right across the street from us in the campground. Guy custom built this W9 and had a trailer behind it that pulled a Jeep and a side-by-side. Sweet old Freightliner cab over. This is in Wyoming. Just sitting in a trailer park, side of the road. Same thing, Wyoming here. Beautiful FLC, triple axle FLC. Looks like this thing didn't have a whole lot of weeds growing underneath it, so I think this thing's still a runner. Same lot, we got an old Dodge boom truck, and I think that was a Ford, an L series with that salt spreader. Yeah, an old LTL. Probably was converted from a road tractor, put a spreader on it at some point, but yeah, nice old LTL 9000. A little crusty, that's for sure. So in this same lot, coming back around, back view of that FLC, that triple axle, a little bit of a heavy spec truck, has a winch, probably a oil field truck. A lot of oil stuff going on in this area. This is going towards the Bighorns in Wyoming. Just a cool 8,000 or 9,000 tire truck at a tire company. Now we're on the western side of the Bighorns, and you can see them in the background, but there's that beautiful little day cab Freightliner. Just hanging out. We're up on the Bighorns looking back across the plains into South Dakota from Wyoming. Man, so gorgeous out there, guys. If you haven't ever been, find a way. It is beautiful. What do we got there? Is that a Pete or a Western Star? Man, I can't even tell you. Can't tell. I think it's a Western Star and a R Series Mac. This is in Sheridan, Wyoming. Just a cool old steam locomotive. Sheridan's a really cool town, by the way. So I apologize, this is a little blurry, but this is one of the big axle combos you'll see out west. 13 axle combos, probably not as much weight as we see in Michigan with train setups, but these are not B trains. That is a triple axle dolly that they run. But obviously, lots of space. Don't got to worry about turning around, right? This is just I love the paint scheme on this Pete that we saw at Wall Drug actually on our way out back home. That baby blue and like a gray dark blue combo. Whew, man, might be something I have to consider for future projects. This was getting back onto 90 eastbound from Wall Drug, and man, this guy in this 379 was just laying it down, and it just looked sweet. Well, thanks for watching, guys. There on the screen is what we ended up doing. 4,281 miles. We averaged 9.3 miles per gallon with the old 6.7, and drove for about 91 hours in the course of our 14 or 15 days. So thanks for watching. Y'all have a great week.